Level 1, emergency backup. The worst of the worst. These are not even real NHL goalies. These are regular people like teachers, office workers, and guys who drive the Zamboni ice machine.
Oh my God!
They only play when something crazy happens at the game. I'm talking about guys like David Ayers.
We have word that Dave Ayers, 42 years of age, emergency support goaltender, will be forced into service here for the Hurricanes. And here he comes, number 90.
This 42-year-old man worked at the hockey arena and drove the Zamboni. One night, both of the Carolina Hurricanes goalies got hurt in the same game, so David had to put on the goalie pads and play. It was amazing. But let's be honest, if you started playing goalie today with no training, you'd be just as good as these guys. They're not here because they're skilled. They're here because someone needed to wear the pads.
Ron, yes, Matt, one save in 2 minutes and 26 seconds of playing time, and it's enough to have you remembered as an NHL player the rest of your life.
I got a text from Sean in the morning, and he was saying that we need an e-bug tonight, so when I figured I was just going to be sitting in the stands, but 4:30 p.m. I get a text from Sean again, and he goes, change the plans, you're actually backing up tonight. And now I'm scramble mode, I got to sign a little contract and do all this stuff before I go. So yeah, it was a bit of a whirlwind, but it was so exciting I couldn't believe it. I thought they were kidding, to be honest.
When they actually get in the game, it's wild. Every shot looks like it might go in. Every save looks like they're trying their hardest just to survive. The team playing in front of them tries extra hard on defense because they know one mistake could be bad. Level 1 goalies sometimes make it on the highlight reels, but not for good reasons. At this level, just finishing the game without getting hurt is pretty great. Level 2, bad. Now we're talking about real NHL goalies, but ones who just can't handle it. These are the young players who looked really good in college or junior hockey. They got their chance in the NHL and completely fell apart. Level 2 includes guys who are tall or athletic, but when the game gets fast, they freeze up. When there's pressure, they crack. And the worst part? Teams keep giving them more chances because they think maybe this time it'll work. Spoiler alert, it usually doesn't. Andrew Hammond had one amazing month with Ottawa where he won almost every game. Everyone called him the Hamburglar.
Big stop there by the Hamburglar.
Where he's the best goaltender in the world.
The Hamburglar with his 74th consecutive save.
Seeing a player come out of nowhere, get all that success, and then sort of disappear afterwards, it's almost poetic.
Then teams figured him out and he couldn't win anymore. That's the level 2 problem. They might have one good stretch or one great playoff run, but it doesn't last. Ilya Samsonov is a good example. He was a first-round draft pick and looked like he'd be a star in Washington. Then he went to Toronto and had some great games mixed with some terrible games. Suddenly, nobody trusted him in important games. Level 2 goalies are the ones coaches really want to believe in, but deep down, they know they can't count on them when it really matters. Level 3, mid. Welcome to backup goalie land. These are the guys who play 20 to 30 games a year. They're good enough to let the main goalie take a night off, but not good enough to be the number 1 guy. Level 3 goalies are solid. Not great, not terrible, just okay. They'll steal you a game sometimes, but they'll also let in a weak goal that makes you upset. Think about guys like Calvin Pickard or Alex Stalock. They're perfectly fine NHL goalies who you're happy to have playing on a Tuesday night against a weak team. But if they're starting Game 7 of the playoffs, you're pretty nervous.
Daniel Sedin to center. Here's Eriksson. He's got Trampkin going to the net. Louis Eriksson centers. Trampkin robbed by Pickard. Trampkin about the only player in the league who would have been able to reach that pass. He got a good shot away, and Pickard made a better save.
This level is actually really valuable to teams because every good team needs a reliable backup. The problem is that mid-level goalies know they'll probably never be stars. They're never winning the Vezina Trophy, which is the award for best goalie, but they make NHL paychecks for over 10 years because teams always need someone to back up their star goalie. And here's the thing about level 3. Some of these guys used to be better goalies who got older. It happens. But right now, they're just okay. Good enough to be in the NHL, but that's about it. Level 4, good. All right, now we're getting to real starting goalies. These are guys who can play 55 to 65 games a season. They're not the best in the league, but they're in the top 15. And if everything around them is working well, they can absolutely help a team win in the playoffs. This is where you'll find guys like Juuse Saros. He's only 5 feet 11 inches, which is short for a goalie, but he works really hard and has great positioning. He keeps Nashville in almost every game. Or Jake Oettinger in Dallas. He's young, athletic, and can take over games when he's playing his best. Level 4 goalies have the respect of their teammates and coaches. They're the backbone of good teams. But here's where they fall short. They're not always great in the biggest moments. You can trust them in regular season games. You can trust them in the first couple playoff rounds. But when they face a really good offense in the conference finals or Stanley Cup final, that's when they struggle. Maybe they let in a bad goal at a bad time. Maybe they just can't quite steal the game when the team in front of them isn't playing well. They're really good goalies. Almost great. But they're missing that one thing that separates good from amazing. And the difference between level 4 and level 5, it's mental. It's being completely calm no matter what's happening. Level 5, elite. Now we're talking about game stealers. These are the goalies who can win you a whole playoff series by themselves. When everything's going wrong in front of them, when they're facing 45 shots, when the other team is dominating, they just don't break. Guys like Igor Shesterkin. He's 6 feet 1 inch, plays like he's 6 feet 5 inches, and has reflexes that look superhuman. He dragged an OK Rangers team deep into the playoffs multiple times just by being that good. Or Connor Hellebuyck in Winnipeg. Year after year, he faces tons of shots and still puts up amazing numbers. His positioning is perfect and he controls rebounds like a surgeon. Elite goalies are in the Vezina Trophy conversation every single season. They make saves that shouldn't be possible. They have highlight reel performances in huge games. But here's the thing, and this is what keeps them from level 6. They haven't quite built a complete legacy yet. Maybe they haven't won the Stanley Cup. Maybe they've only been elite for 3 or 4 years. Maybe they're still building their resume. Make no mistake, these guys are absolutely incredible. If your team has a level 5 goalie, you have a real shot at winning it all. But being excellent for an entire career, that's what separates elite from legendary. Level 6, generational. This is where goalies stop being just players and start becoming legends. These are the Hall of Famers who defined entire eras of hockey. When you think of their time period, you think of them first. Martin Brodeur in New Jersey. 3 Stanley Cups, 691 career wins, a record that might never be broken. He wasn't just elite for a few years, he was elite for 20 years. Dominik Hasek was completely different. They called him the Dominator. He was 6 feet 1 inch, 180 pounds, flopping around all crazy and somehow making saves that seemed impossible. He won the league MVP award twice, which is insane for a goalie. 6 Vezina trophies. When Hasek was playing his best, you literally couldn't score on him. Patrick Roy was the ultimate playoff performer. 4 Stanley Cups, 3 Conn Smythe trophies as playoff MVP, and confidence that looked like cockiness, but he backed it up every single time. These guys didn't just dominate, they changed how goalies played. Brodeur made puck handling a must-have skill. Hasek showed that being weird could be unstoppable. Roy perfected the butterfly style and the mental game. Generational goalies have all the trophies, played for a long time, and left a legacy. Their numbers get retired immediately, but even with all that greatness, all those trophies, all that respect, they still weren't the absolute greatest. Because that title belongs to one man. Level 7, the GOAT. And honestly, it's not even close. The GOAT level has one name, Martin Brodeur. Now, I know some of you might want Patrick Roy here. I know some of you think Hasek deserves it. But when you look at everything, the wins, the years played, the consistency, the championships, the innovation, Brodeur has the strongest case.
Rebound chance, what a
691 wins. Nobody else is even close. 125 shutouts, 3 Stanley Cups, 4 Vezina trophies. But here's what really separates Brodeur. He changed the position. Before him, goalies just stopped pucks. Brodeur turned the goalie into a third defenseman. He was so good at playing the puck that they literally changed the rules of hockey because of him. That's GOAT behavior. The trapezoid rule, those lines behind the net where goalies can't go, was created because Brodeur was too good. They had to make new rules to stop him. He never had a bad year. Never. For 20 years, he was either the best or second best goalie in the league. That kind of excellence for that long is unmatched. This is the peak of goaltending, the standard everyone else gets measured against. The GOAT isn't just the best goalie of his time, he's the measuring stick for greatness across all time periods.